doomed a Florida sculptor to a life of constant shaking, or so he thought. Spectrum 8 News 9's Aaron Murray joins us now in the studio. And Aaron, you have followed St. Pete's sculptor Donald Gialanella for a long time now. He had a procedure that you showed us weeks ago, and now you have an update on that. Hopefully we're getting some really good news here.
You know, it's really exciting. We met Don a year ago, and he was diagnosed with Parkinson's 6 years ago at this point. So it's really taken over his life. At this point, he has a tremor dominant Parkinson's. So he's very shaky, and really the tremors affect everything in his life. Well, as Holly mentioned, this summer, he became eligible for a procedure that could possibly stop or even lessen those tremors. He got that procedure done 2 weeks ago at the Cleveland Clinic, and that's where our story picks up, with meeting him right as he got back to Florida.
Like a statue, perfectly still.
Like a kid on Christmas, full of excitement, Don Gialanella couldn't wait to show us how still he could hold his hands.
It's like, you know, you hear about like rebirth and new life, you know, these cliches. It's not a cliche. It's really for real.
After battling Parkinson's for the last 6 years, Don's right hand holding still is his miracle.
It doesn't cure Parkinson's, but for me, I'm cured. I'm a new man.
After a few Tai Chi moves and a smile, he urged us into his workshop to show us more. Tremors from Parkinson's took a lot of small things from Don. A sculptor who really only creates big art pieces, tremors get old quick.
His name is Flotsam.
When we met Don in November 2020, the shaking was very visible.
Try to eat a taco, I mean, you know.
It was like, just as bad this past April, and certainly no better by October, which is when Don told us about a HIFU procedure he would soon undergo to try and stop, or at least lessen, the shaking.
Hello, I'm Caleb. I'm the physician assistant you're seeing today. How are you?
In mid-November, Don traveled to the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio.
The left side of your brain for the right hand, correct? Correct. Okay.
Ready to undergo an incisionless brain surgery to try and stop the tremors.
Just dot to dot.
The next day, after shaving his head and a few more frustrating writing tests,
we were ready to go.
Don was wheeled to a room with an MRI machine. He underwent a guided focused ultrasound, where essentially part of his brain was burned. But for Don...
But I felt a serenity and a tranquility, like a relaxation came over my body. And you have a dizzy feeling.
The results would come in real time. With each wave, another writing test. And after 4 hours, Dr. Sean Nagel and his team saw progress.
The tremor reduction came down to 97% at the last location.
It took 7 rounds, but Don's tremors were practically gone.
A little bit of rush. That's really good. That's nice.
From barely able to hold a pen to now fairly straight lines. But the biggest test for Don, a cup of water.
Looks great.
First time in 6 years.
Would you consider Don a complete success?
His treatment went very smoothly from beginning to end.
This newer type of procedure does work best with patients who have central tremors, like Don's.
And his was pretty severe, probably sort of one of the more severe ones we've seen. And so it really is pretty incredible that we're able to take somebody who's got such a severe movement disorder and nearly eliminate that.
Now back home in Florida, the difference is so clear.
Every day is like a new adventure. I mean, I'm just trying not to overthink it and go with the flow.
Because Don will tell you, shaking for all those years...
6 years. 6 years of hell.
Just look at the difference from holding a welder a year ago to grinding a piece of metal. The shaking is gone.
You know, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself and trying to live in the moment. Really, I'm taking it day by day because it's so remarkable.
As for the future, did they give you a timeline of like, you have a year of this or 2 years? Is it unknown?
It's pretty much unknown.
So with the time he has, he plans to keep creating.
These pieces are going to cover the whole skin of the fish.
And to enjoy.
It's such a gift. It really is.
Wow, I'm so glad. That is a huge difference. This has got to be a game changer for people with Parkinson's.
Oh, a huge game changer, Holly. And that's kind of why we really wanted to see this journey with him. Basically, anyone with Parkinson's, this really helps those that have tremor, central Parkinson's like he does. And what you need to do if you're interested is basically ask your local neurologist to see if you would be a candidate for this procedure. And anybody that wants to learn a little bit more, they just need to head to our website, baynews9.com. We put the whole story up there for them.
Well, I'm so glad that it worked out for him the way that it did. That is just huge to get that back in his life and be able to do his art again. Thank you for telling his story. Appreciate it.